Shalom. All praises to Yahweh. Bashima Mashiach Yahweh Shah. This is Teller Nicholas with the Noble House of St. Nicholas, Vintage Saints of Israel, and House of Jacob. Today, I want to get into the Hebrew Israelite Henderson family. All the Negroes with the surname Henderson in the Americas, Caribbean islands, Europe, and all those scattered abroad with the surname Henderson. Before you guys were slaves here in the Americas and the Caribbean islands, you guys was royalty in Europe. You guys was royalty in Scotland and Ireland. To remind y'all, we ruled the Dark Ages. The Hebrews ruled the Dark Ages from 500 AD to 1500 AD. That was prophecy fulfilled in Revelations 20 and 6. And then we went into captivity from 1500 AD to the late 1600s, all right? But before I get into any more, I want to get into some scripture. I want to go to Sirach 8 and 4 through 5. And it reads, "Jest not with a rude man, lest thy ancestors be disgraced. Reproach not a man that turned from sin, but remember that we all are worthy of punishment." All right? So now, this is the history of the Henderson family before you guys were slaves here in the Americas and the Caribbean islands. You guys was royalty in Europe. And I'm going to get to it. All right? And it reads, the age-old Pictish Scottish family name Henderson is derived from the personal name Henry. And the Pictish were Negroes. You could Google Black Pictish. You know what I'm saying? It'll briefly touch up on that, all right? And which is a chiefly Scottish derivative of the name Henry. There were two main branches of the Henderson family, one at Glencoe in the Lower Highlands and one at Caithness in the extreme north of Scotland. Now, this is the early origins of the Henderson family. The surname Henderson was first found in Caithness, Glencoe, the Shetland Islands, Liddesdale, and Fortdale. The origin claims the Henderson family descend from Great Henry, son of King Nechtan, who was also the progenitor of the McDonalds of Glencoe. All right, so it look like y'all have an alliance with the McDonalds, Henderson family. However, the branch of the Henderson to whom this story relates also claim to have settled in the Glencoe territory many years before the McLeans or McDonalds arrived there. This is consistent with the theory that this family are a branch of the Northern family who moved south and became attached to the McDonalds. All right, so it looked like it had a alliance. All right. Generally noted as great fighters, they became bodyguards and the chiefs of the McDonalds. They were also the hereditary pipers of the clan, sometimes referred to as the McLeans. All right. Later, in about 1530, there emerged another section of the Henderson clan in the borders counties of Liddesdale. But the connection between this group and the main clan is somewhat tenuous. However, it is known that many of the Highland clans were invited, coerced, or transported, sometimes at a whole, sometimes at a branch, to the border countries to provide better defense against English attacks along the border. All right, so now we're going to go to y'all notables, the people that y'all can all date back to and get some edification on. So these are branches that y'all could cling to more or less. Notables, all right? Notables among the clan at this time was James Henderson of the Fordale line, who became Lord Advocate of Scotland in 1494. Perhaps the greatest Henderson of all was Alexander Henderson, 1583 to 1446 of Fife, Minister of Leuchars, who attended of St. Andrew's University. In 1638, he drafted the National Covenant of Scotland and generally considered the second founder after Knox of the Presbyterian Church in Scotland. Robert Henryson, 1430 to 1506, was a poet who flourished in Scotland in the period circa 1460 to 1500. And to remind you, 1460 to 1500, the Caucasians that stole the surname Henderson was just coming out of their prison. You know what I'm saying? Explained in Revelations 20 and 7. And once they came out of their prison, they put us in captivity, stole our lands and our names. All right. He was a nut. All right, Salakia, and I yield. All right. So to remind y'all, there's over 100,000 Hendersons in the Americas alone, not including the Caribbean islands and Europe. It's time for y'all to remember who y'all are and gather yourselves together. Tag each other. Let y'all know I see you. And then once y'all gather yourselves together, come back to the Amashiach Yahawashah, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ, and get your blessings. Keep the commandments, then get your blessings, so we can usher in this new world, Jacob world. All right. This is Teller Nicholas with the Noble House of St. Nicholas, Vintage Saints of Israel. I hope the Anderson family was edified. Shalom.